Okay, are you looking to do a beach photo shoot, photo shoot by the beach? Well, this video is going to be exactly what you need. 8 tips to get you started and get you beautiful photos. Will help you out. All the tips. So, let's get into it. So about 3 or 4 days ago, I was on a photo shoot with Madison, and we took some photos by the beach, and it went really well. And I thought I'd share my process and kind of what I did, but also give you defined tips. So the first tip is to find your location. So finding a location, um, obviously you want to be on a beach, but you want to be on a public beach, or if you're on a private beach, you want to have permission to go on that beach. Some good ways to find beaches around your area is to find any water spot really, and see if there are docks or there's small sand areas. I know some people on the East Coast have it a little bit easier, and the West Coast have it a lot easier than some other people. Right now, behind me is Lake Michigan, so we have a lot of beaches and a lot of bluffs this way. There are like 5 beaches around this area, and okay, the second tip is to look out for the lighting when you're shooting. So I made a video on the best times of day to take photos, and so that kind of correlates with sand photos and taking photos near the beach. I remember when we went, it was about 10 o'clock in the morning, and so the sun was pretty high up there. However, I feel like it was in a good position where I could have her either face directly away from it or on the side of her, which created a nice look to it. When you're shooting during things like sunset, you can get some amazing photos, some really great orange photos. The other thing is when you shoot at blue hour or when the sun goes down, you can bring in a flash, and I've seen some amazing photos that way as well. When you're shooting at noon for beach photos, a lot of the sand is actually going to be completely white, so I would advise not to do that, but if you want to, you can. Just realize that it's going to also create harsh shadows, so just keep that in mind when you are out shooting. The third tip is coordinating your outfits, so getting outfits that match or look good with your props, which we'll talk about soon, but getting something that works for the scene is really important. So besides like bikinis, that's what we did. We had a black top and black bottom, and then that was it. But you can also bring things like dresses and different colors into the mix. I would also recommend bringing more than one outfit. We spent an hour there getting photos in the one outfit, which was fine. But next time, I think I'm going to try and get some more, just so that I have some variety to work with. The fourth tip is your gear. So you want to make sure that your gear is all set. So if you're in the water, you want to make sure that your settings are right. So I was in the water for a little bit, and I kind of knew what I was going to do. I was just going to shoot a little bit here and there, but I had everything already. You also want to make sure that your lenses are like properly organized so that sand doesn't get in them, and you can easily switch them out, and it's not like that big of a hassle. I would recommend a really good bag to bring along with you to the beach so that like sand doesn't get all over the place when you come home. I made a separate video on what to bring to a photo shoot, and I think that would be very helpful in this situation. Definitely go check that out. But you also want to bring some towels and some water to bring along with the shoot. The fifth tip is to bring props. So bringing props includes things like speakers, more towels, maybe like foods or beverages, things to like put on along the side. Also, yeah, depending on like what like the outfit looks like, you want to bring you want to bring a towel that matches that vibe. Okay, tip number 6 is to have fun. Okay, number 7 is pick your subject. So a lot of this video was on portraits and taking portrait photos, I would say, but there are plenty of other things to take photos of. Like right now, these boats are out, which is pretty cool, which is pretty awesome. You can also take photos of the wildlife or surfers, or yeah, there's just plenty to photo shoot here. Rocks. I know there were like some of the balancing rocks. Those are pretty cool to photograph. Just find your subject and just go in on it. The eighth tip is try and use the aperture differently. So if you're on a professional camera, you'll be able to do this. It might be a little bit difficult on a smartphone, but on a professional camera, you can change the aperture, and when you change it, you can change like the depth. But what I find really interesting in some beach photos is making sure like the aperture is pretty close, so it's a higher f-stop number, and so that will allow you to see the little grains of sand when you're taking photos, which is pretty cool, and you'll just get a bunch of detail there. Those are the 8 beach photo shoot tips that I have for you guys today. If you want to learn more about photo shoots, anything about photo shoots, photography, definitely subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to leave a like if you found anything in this video helpful. Also, don't forget to leave a like if you found anything in this video helpful. It really means a lot. And yeah, I would love to see you guys in the comments. I answer comments when they come in, but I also answer them in separate video, and I want to make a new video on that. So if you comment something, I'll make sure to get it in the video. So thanks for checking everything out, and I will talk to you guys